Hey everybody, welcome again, Some Mothers Unfiltered. Thanks for tuning in now, in the future, in the past. You guys are always so very supportive, and I'm very, very happy to have you here. This episode today, we are going to be talking to the youth, but in particular, we have a famous YouTuber on our platform. All the teens and the preteens know about you, and we're going to introduce you and kick that off in a second. But Ty, can you drop some knowledge real quick?
I don't even want to take up too much time. We got royalty in the building right now, but y'all know what it is. You're watching the YouTube channel. If you like what we do, subscribe, like, and share. Pass our information along. Help our channel grow. And I'm just going to pass the buck right back over that way.
Thank you, Ty. So we want to introduce Kamron, and it's so funny. I'm going to introduce you and then talk a little bit about you real quick. So Kamron graduated from McCoy High School, attending St. Thomas University in Miami. Yes. Currently, you're 19. Your business major is business. You've been working on YouTube since you was 14 with your friends. We know them, or the kids know them. You know, Pretty Boy Fredo. You mentioned Fat Boy. Is that one of what the name?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Your boy Keith. Like I said, this is a whole new round for me. I know all the new kids, the young kids know you. You started your own YouTube channel in the summer around July.
Right.
Which is awesome. But I just want to put out there, I actually remember you coming to my house. If I had like a little gathering, I would invite your mom over, and I've known you since you was like a little boy. Yeah. And just to see you grow into this other person, thousands of people know you. Currently, you have 129,000 subscribers. Your friend that you said is with you right now, Keith, I don't know how many subscribers does he have?
Yeah, he's at around, how much you got? Get in here.
Bring him over. Bring him over. Get it together.
Don't be shy. Hello.
Hello.
How many subscribers do you have currently?
I have 395.
All right.
395K.
All right. And then I know Pretty Boy Fredo has 7.1 million subscribers. Yeah. And it's crazy because all the teens and the preteens know you. The very first question that I have for either one of you, Kamron, you could jump in, Keith, you can too, is when you have a child, have that dream of being a YouTuber, what should that parent say to that child? What do you think that parent should say to that child? Because you two are examples of how you became successful in the industry. You damn sure make more money than the rest of a lot of people that I know. And you have more followers and subscribers, and you're influencers. What should that little kid that says, you know what, I'm not going to college to, I'm going to be a YouTuber. What should you tell, that child that has that dream?
I would tell them to stay in school. Mm-hmm. And because you can do YouTube while being in school, because YouTube is all about how like motivated you are and driven, and how like ready you are to work. So you can do videos in school. There's a lot of YouTubers that's in college right now that's very successful. And so I'll say stay in school and continue to grind on YouTube and keep pushing yourself. And just, it's all about work ethic and how hard you're willing to like work while staying in school. Because go for your degree. And I know your parents say the same thing.
But then of course you have the parents have that pushback.
Yeah.
Right?
Like when I was coming up, my mom, she didn't really believe in it either. Like when I first started and stuff, right. She was like, why you need to go to college, go to school and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it will work. I'm telling you, it will work. She didn't really believe it until like she seen it started going up and started making money and stuff. So that's
how long was that?
I blew up really fast. So it was like months. Cause I was on Fredo's channel, and then like I made my own channel off his channel, and they started coming to me and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So that's pretty much how like the group started to web out off of Fredo's channel, right?
Yeah, right.
But right. So you was a camera. I remember you being a cameraman for Pretty Boy Fredo. Is that correct?
Yeah, right. So I started off when I was 14 as a cameraman for him, and we was just working, and we was friends before I started helping him. We was friends on on a PlayStation, on a video game, and then after that, my godbrother here, I like introduced him to Fredo. So then we just started like building our like group off of that, and then we went from there.
Okay. But what made you decide to do it? What motivated you?
Yeah.
Because I was actually like a fan at first. Like I was like everybody else. I was watching, I was watching YouTube when I was younger. I was 13, 12 years old watching this guy that like, you know what I'm saying, I looked up to. He was my at the time like my idol on a game. Like I would look up to him on a video game. So then I was like, I would love to be able to help him or be able to meet him. And then once I did, I was very like mature for my age at the time. So when I would work with him, it seemed like he was working with just his fellow like friend or so, and that's what we became close. Okay,
so it's so interesting because I remember, and my kids, they were telling me basically like, yo, so Cameron's doing camera work for Pretty Boy Fredo, and I'm like, who's this Pretty Boy who, and what's going on? Like I don't know. I got stuff to do. You need to read a book. And when they're saying this, they're explaining to me that, he does pranks and he does jokes and he has so much fun. And when I think about that, I think about a show that we grew up in our generation. And our generation, we watched a show called Jackass. And Jackass, for those who don't know, was a whole bunch of white boys just doing the most craziest things. Yeah. I mean,
shit.
Yeah, ever. Like, but for me, it wasn't that it was just funny. Sometimes it could be even scary, because I remember like maybe they would take a whole bottle of liquor and just drink it down super fast, and then the next morning they're waking up in the hospital and everyone's laughing because they're in their throw up or something. I'm like, man, you could die like that. Yeah. So for me, when I think of pranks, I'm thinking like somebody harming themselves. But my daughter and my son are like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Right. And I'm glad my brothers. Let me get that thing. Y'all doing it differently. Can you explain the premise of the shows that you do and everything like that, the platform that you guys do?
All right, so basically we're only here to like entertain the fans. So we bring like entertainment, but in a more like, I say, like controlled way, like nothing too like crazy where we can probably like, before we, say maybe it was crazy where we can get probably in issues with like the law, but now it's like more controlled where like you could probably do it at home, things like that, like just pranking like your friends, like we'll prank each other, or pranking like what else?
And I do like I'm the fat boy of the group, so I do like food, I eat food, do challenges, all that stuff.
So
he said I'm a
entertainment. Right. So how do we entertain you?
So is it just, what is of course, I'm assuming that it has to be the young kids, but normally what is the age group of who's following you? Like, how is it, what's the youngest, would you say, and the oldest?
Probably like 8, 9.
8, 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I also,
8, 9,
you know what?
Yeah.
The difference too between like the brothers and then Jackass is what I watch with Fredo when everyone's on that YouTube channel, that money's actually given away. Like you may go and break someone's phone and then upgrade their phone. They weren't doing things like that. You guys are actually helping the community.
Yeah. That's one thing first.
Yeah. We always give back a lot.
Yeah, we put
especially to the fans.
Right. We put the fans first, like, and not even just our supporters, because like that's what they really are, just people that support us and that follows us. We put them first, and we just like to, because we know we have an influence on them, so we can't just do things that like is a little crazy and have them going home trying it. Like, no, that's not.
And get their ass whooped.
Yeah. So,
guys, you know what's so funny you mentioned that, because so I remember driving, I was traveling somewhere, I think maybe to Georgia, and my daughter's telling me while I'm driving about, I guess there was an episode where they had to do something with a TV, like break their mom's TV. I don't know if it was a grandma, mom, aunt, whoever, but just do something to a TV. And I was like, I wish you would come in and break somebody's TV. I would knock the crap, And she's like, Mommy, but it's for money. You don't know how much money. I don't give a what? How much? But then she was like, she told me the amount. I was like, wait, how much money you was getting?
Kamron, did you
buy about like 3-4 TVs after that?
Did you watch the episode where they had Kamron quit his job and then made him wait a full day before they told him, you know, gave him, I seen the SSH jacket, which please let us know what that means. I'm an old head, so I don't know what that
Yeah, well, it's not a gang. Let's say that. It's not a gang.
Yeah. I said group. I was real group. No gang, group.
Yeah, group. There's an entertainment group content full of content creators. So it started off on 2K, a game on the PlayStation and Xbox where young kids play and young adults. And the group stands for Savage Squad Hoopers because we'll play 2K. And, you know, we're hoopers. And on the court, we'll consider ourselves savage. So that means like we go get it, win. So
we just started expanding like further than just 2K, like real life IRL. You got kids saying they SSH, everybody calling themselves SSH.
Yeah, it got bigger because we only had it locally, like on the game, Fredo and us, and then all of a sudden it just expanded. So then he just brought it all the way out to IRL.
Can I just say really quick? My son is on here under the Trish team. Jiggy, he be on PS2, or PS5 now. The 2K, he does his thing. So I just have to just hi, honey.
Well, no, and that's how crazy it is because you even know it, you know, my son, I'm telling him because, you know, he's in the military now, and I'm telling him like, hey, because he's stationed in Missouri. And he's like, oh, what are you doing your podcast on about now? And I'm basically like, oh, I'm going to have Kamron on. He's like, oh, okay. Tell him I said, what's up? And it's crazy because it's like, these people are not just local to Florida. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, people from, you know, New York and just all over, you know, that's how you have all these followers. So it's so many questions to dig into. I want to backtrack real quick when you talk about giving back. I've seen some of the episodes because once again, my daughter's constantly, oh my God, pretty boyfriend. I'm just like, I don't want about the prank.
Everyone.
Exactly. And I'm like, you know, you need to grow up and get this together. But she would show me some of the nice things that he would do within the community, you know, helping the homeless and different things like that. And I want to definitely take the time out just to say, you know, that's very commendable. But I want to talk about your privacy because once you blow up, once people see you, how awkward is that? Just people all over the place like, is that you? You know, stop.
I mean, it gets real crazy, and I think I like it best if people that see me in public and things like that, they'll just come up to me and be like, hey, what's up, bro? Or just treat me like how I'm like your friend or something instead of like following me or like being like creepy about it. Like
there'll be fans that will literally like take a picture right now of us and like post it later and be like, we seen you.
Like,
and like we don't know where they at.
Like, I'm cool. Like you can say what's up, and that just feel more like I'm just like yo, like don't treat me no way.
Like, you guys are idols, though. I mean, you are literally like social media, YouTube superstars to people. They look at you and they want to be you. They want to have what you have. They want to experience what you experience. So, and again, these are younger kids. So they're starstruck. I know when I'm telling the people, the kids that I know, they're I'm like, look, just calm down.
Well, it's interesting you said that because me and my show, you know, I'm nowhere near where you guys are. And it's funny because if I go ahead and people do watch the show, and someone came up to me one time and they were like, hey, are you that woman that does the podcast? And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And they're like, it's like a mother's unfiltered something. And I was like, oh, you like that show? Like I had to kind of play it off like, and they was like, yeah, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's me. So like, if someone's asking you a question, are you kind of playing it off like, nah, that's my twin, that ain't me? Like, what are you talking? Like, because like people can be crazy. You don't know.
That's
These are
funny.
crazy times.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes we might, if we're together, somebody might ask us like, "Oh, which one of you have the YouTube or whatever?" We might point at each other and say like, "He's the one."
Yeah, like just yesterday, I was at this party and like some kids was there and they ran up to me, "Are you Swift Keys?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they just like started going crazy and stuff. Like in front of their mom, and their mom is like, "Who is you? Like, who are you?"
But no, and it's serious because when you make that statement, when the parents make that statement, who are you? That's such an important statement because you guys influence them. So if you guys said, I'm going to start wearing all white for the next week, they're going to copy and say, I'm wearing all white too. And they're not knowing that these people literally are influencing their kids to go whatever direction. So I wanted to ask you that question. How do you feel about having that much power? That's why I was like, I have to have this show because I want to know, like, you guys have so much power over the youth.
Yeah. Like,
you know, like they would listen to you quicker than me. I'm like, hey, you need to stay in school. You need to do this. And they're like, I got you. Stop talking. Compared to you.
They said so, right.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, really, though. Like, I didn't like last year, we wasn't really like this. Like 2 years ago, we wasn't nothing. Then, like, all of a sudden, we just blew up and stuff. So, like, it's crazy. Like, we just now getting used to stuff, learning stuff on the way too and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm kind of like, I'm used to it, but it's still crazy, but I'm more like used to it because I'm 19 now and I started 14 being around it. You know what I'm saying? So like me being around it, I just had to learn. I learned the ins and outs real fast. And it's just like me having a big voice or influence to a lot of people has taught me like how to be even more mature and how to like approach how I go about my media page and about how I just like how I run my life. Because people are watching all the time.
Yeah.
So
I see Mom Dukes get good convo.
Who is it?
That's Kara's mom. Hey mom.
Hey mom.
No, but it's kind of scary. I seen one episode, and of course you could always critique me and say I was wrong and I messed up something. But it was something where I guess Pretty Boy Fredo came to a restaurant to kind of meet somebody because the guy was like scamming these girls or something. He was like kind of like, I can't believe you used my name and and he kind of put him on blast for I guess lying to these girls or something. Right. And it's crazy because I'm like normally I'm like, oh, what's this? And I'm not looking, but now I'm like, wait, what? This is real because this is somebody's life. This is someone's daughter. You know, maybe she's 17, 18, and she's like, wait, I could be a chance to be, you know, famous like you guys. And she's gonna send this guy some pictures of her. You know, and it's like, I'm so happy you made the statement of like, this thing has taught you how to be more mature and to be aware. And that's so prominent now that you have this influence over everybody. What are some of the negative things? Because when you hear the kid, because right now there'll be people that look at the show later and, oh, wow. But it's glamorized. You see the money, the editing, the sound effects and woo. But what is the negative things that come along with being, you know, a YouTube celebrity?
No. That was deep.
I'll say like
more like the negative things is probably just working
and like you'll see like a lot of people will come around that you didn't used to. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got a lot more cousins.
Yeah. You got to watch who you talk to a lot too and stuff, because a lot of people will come back around like from high school, middle school and stuff, asking like for things and wanting to be around you now and stuff. Like it's basically everybody changing.
And then,
oh wow,
we're family sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That part is pretty crazy. That's probably like more negative, something negative. Like that's really. Wow. It's probably
because they're trying to get in. Like, okay, so right now you know some people, and then now I could kind of get on. So, wow.
What does the love life look like after success? What does the ladies look like?
Are you beating them off with bats? Are you hitting them with sticks?
Get back. I mean, honestly, like we're not. I mean, I'm not really focused on that because that is like a whole another.
I know that's right. You better preach.
He just in the background saying, "Yeah, what's your story?"
I'm the same way too. Well, I'm not looking for a relationship like no time soon. Really, I'm just trying to focus on like myself and grind and stuff and get better.
Because that's one thing about this YouTube platform is there's a lot of dedication and focus you got to put into it. Because if you can really mess up or fall off really fast if you take that time and put it into something else that shouldn't be really have your attention like that. So including girls. So girls will come, is always there. So we, like all of us, we tell each other just like focus on just coming out with more content or thinking of something else to entertain people with.
Wow.
And leave that to the side.
That is so
my
awesome,
goodness.
right?
Wait a minute. To find young men, young Black men that have that mentality. You have grown adults that don't think like that. You guys are
But that's why I'm saying wow, because like she said, you have men who are adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they're still kind of ass backwards compared to you guys. Like, I'm trying to stay on the grind, get that paper. Right. And that's a good thing, because once again, since you do influence the youth, you could keep that in the forefront of your head. I want to jump minutes. Oh, go ahead.
But see, that's what the youth don't see. They don't see the behind the scenes grind. True. They see the finished, glorified, like you stated, content. And this is why I think it's so important to have you guys on here, you young kings, if you don't mind me calling you that, because that's how I see you. But having young kings on here, letting the youth know it can happen, but there are other sacrifices. All the partying and this and the you have to have time constraints and be motivated and determined not to get deterred away from the common goal. Your goal is to put out content and to be successful and to make a difference. And literally that's what you see. That is powerful. Powerful.
Well, and another thing to add to that is the fact that you associate with people with like minds. Right. Because I always tell people, if you're one of the smartest people, if you're smarter than the rest of your friends, you need a whole new set of friends.
Yes.
You should always be learning from this one and this one and this one and this one. And if you're not, y'all just sitting around, it's like, whoa, it's a whole bunch of stagnation. So many questions to ask, but just jumping real quick. So Cash Money says, how does monetization on YouTube work? How many subscribers or views do you need? With that being said, is this actually true? The 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours, correct?
Yeah.
But I want to touch on one more thing real quick. Oh, he said, how much do you get just for that? So before you answer
how does
that
it
question,
work? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'll ask the question after. How does that part work?
Okay, so that part works where like if you want a partnership with YouTube and start making money off of their platform, you have to reach that amount of the goal or meet that amount of subscribers or viewers, and then they'll tell you how you can start making money or putting ads in your videos, so you can start profiting from your videos. Okay.
Now, one thing I wanted to mention that a lot of people don't know is that prior to you even getting to that level, you can have people who want to sponsor you. And you're doing all these other different things. Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I got to pay a channel. And they're waiting for that 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. But you can still get paid prior to, correct?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
So my question for you is, while you're doing your content and you're just getting these ideas going and you're starting off, how do you know which ones are the good ones and which one are the bad ones?
Oh,
and the reason why I asked that question is because right now I could be like, oh, I got this new thing I want you to promote. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. But it's like you have so many different ones coming at you. How are you deciphering which one is the credible one? Which one can benefit you? Because not everything is beneficial to everybody, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say the one is just like, if the business is like interested in you and interested not just in you, but into your following base, so into your supporters you have, your subscribers, because that's another thing. They don't really don't really care about you personally. They care about your base, so like your fan base, so the people you have around you. So if you have like ages from 8 to 10 years old, like watching you, you're not going to talk about probably like something that's like got to do with like 21 plus. You're gonna try to talk about like toys or something like that. So you would probably prefer picking a business that got to do with your like niche on your YouTube, or like.
Got it.
Did they freeze?
I see them freeze. Oh, they came through.
Okay, there.
Okay. I was like, what happened? Okay, go ahead. We're live. It's okay.
Yeah. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. So with that being said, what is your oldest? You talked about the youngest group that follows you. What is your oldest, would you say?
Honestly, it varies. Like I have
25?
a lot of 25, but I can have a lot of like adults that's like guys that's like 30s plus, and they'll be asking questions and things like that, just to how to get started or other questions. Bring them to our attention. Bring us to their attention, and then it will just go on from there. So I'll say,
how
like,
do you?
Wait, okay, you can hear us?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you guys pick the actual content for the show? Because you have so many different pranks, which I don't want to get into one where somebody, Kamron, was in the laundry room. I don't know what was going on with that one.
yeah, that was
more your
like
mama on here.
Yeah, like, we like to go for extreme, like things that we know is gonna like hit. Like, you feel me?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was very Alfredo, very like he's a great YouTuber, great content creator, and he's a great entertainer and an entertainer. So like being a great entertainer, he knows how to he knows what to do and when to do it. So
and what will get the people attention?
Yeah, what will grab attention and just make everybody like, you know what I'm saying? So that right there just grabbed it. So many people attention, and just he knew like that would too. So yeah, that's how that went down.
What's the latest prank? Because
tell about some facial hair you got going on. Tell the audience about that. We don't have subscribers like you, but we got about 207. So we all want to hear.
Right. All right. So recently we did a 24-hour live stream with a lot of fans and followers in there. People just watching us for 24 hours online, watching us online without nonstop, 24 hours. It was crazy. And towards the probably like 4 hours left. So around 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, everybody was just donating and telling us, hey, you should cut this guy eyebrows. And then we was like, yo, this is crazy, because over thousands of people was giving us money, or like just saying in the comments, like, cut this guy eyebrows, cut this, one of our friends, Malik. And what Fredo was like, you know what, since that's my brother, I feel bad for him if we have to do this to just him. So he was like, I will cut mine also. And then he asked all of us, he was like, so would you be willing to cut your eyebrows too with us? Like, to show that it's a brother thing, not just one person. So me being me, I'm not going to be like, all right, no, because I'll feel bad if nobody else did it with me. So I said, all right, I'm going to cut mine. So I shaved mine eyebrows off, and this is how it looked.
Oh my God.
Wow. Why you ain't show it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone right now.
Well, at least it could grow back. Right?
It'll go back.
I cut my eyebrow like a year ago.
Yeah, he shaved his eyebrow a year ago. Like, this is probably like one of the craziest thing I'll say we're doing right now. Like, something like that is pretty crazy to me, because that's my first time ever doing something like that.
Okay.
So you gotta walk around with one eyebrow now?
No, I wear this nice little hat right here down.
Well, I seen the episode where they cut your hair and it was so chopped up, and you was about to fight the guy, and you was like, bro.
I see it.
And I'm like,
because he had dreads. You had dreads, right?
Yeah. I had a lot of hair, like nice hair, really nice hair. So with that, see, you gotta always be on alert.
It froze. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so you gotta always be like alert and watch your back around, like Fredo or like someone like that, because they will always be planning on getting you somehow. And that, like, I was about to say lucky for me, but I got basically.
How do you guys pick? So when you guys do give out like gifts and different things, like, oh, we're gonna get you a new TV, or oh, I'm cash apping you $5,000 or whatever. How do you guys even pick the person? Is it something a random pick, or you guys are just going ahead?
It's random. It's random.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's random, and the thing is, a lot of people don't see that. Like, you see the giveaways we do online and things like that, but with Fredo and a couple of us in person, like, if you see us in person, if whatever we have on us, we might just give it to you. Like, I've been around when me and Fredo would be around driving around, and we would meet like a group of kids. he'll just open his trunk and have shoes all in his trunk. He'd be like, you know what, y'all can take all the shoes, $500 Jordans, all that.
Yeah.
And he don't record that, don't show that at all. Like, and that's a lot of things we do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff he do that he don't record.
Yeah, like for the community. And
no, it's a great thing. I've seen that him help a lot of the homeless, and I was just like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because I seen one episode where, and I don't know if it was just a clip or an episode, but I guess he had his daughter with him and there were people filming, but the one person I heard on the camera said, oh, he got his child with him. Just let him be, let him, have that quality time with his family, because you don't want to just bombard people while they have their kids and stuff. Is that something that you guys are nervous about? Because of course he has the millions of followers, but you guys are right there, right around the corner to catch up with him. Yeah. Are you guys afraid that when you guys do make it to that level and you have your mom, you have your sister, you have your little one, whenever you do have kids around you, that people are like, and they're not protecting, that there's no blockage now, you're famous. It's a difference between having money in your pocket, no one knows your name, compared to everybody knows your name and having money in your pocket. Like, how do you prepare for that?
Well, it's already kind of like that with us. Like, that's why when my mom and people like go to the store and stuff, I don't really go. Like, I stay home. Like when she go out and stuff, I don't really go out with her like that because I don't want to like expose her and all that. So like I just be at home a lot.
But I mean, we don't really like when it comes to being out in the public. I'm not really too much worried because you still got to be conscious of like crazy people out there that that don't have your best interest. But for the most part, I'm not really worried because we don't promote or show violence, or we have a different life that we don't live. You know what I'm saying? Like how a lot of people out here do. So what you see is how we are. So what we promote is how we are in our life. So you see that we're here for the kids and just for entertainment. So a lot of people and a lot of fans, when they see us, they're not like that. They're not like pressuring us crazy or trying to fight or anything, nothing like that. But you still got to be cautious. And my mom recently, like probably like a few months ago or a year ago, we went to Virginia, and she noticed it how when we was with her, a lot of people came up on us. Like she thought these group of kids, guys, there was like 10 of them, walked in on us on I think Walmart it was. And she said, oh, I thought they was preparing to jump y'all or something. And then when it came to us, they just said, hey, what's up? Like, yo, we're big fans. Okay. And that's how it is. It's like a lot of people is just truly our fans, and they have our best interests. Most of the people out there.
Wow. So, I don't know if I could get used to that as a parent. You know, again, you don't know.
Well, it's interesting, and I don't know the YouTuber. It's some type of YouTuber that's a female, and they had it on the TMZ news, and they basically was saying how her house got raided. So she and her family are watching some type of show, boxing show or whatever, and the new friend comes into the house to bring the food, and these guys come in to kind of like armed robbery. And they go into the house, and she runs in the back with her kids, and she's telling her kids to get down low. It just so happened that they were able to take down the robbers and call the police, and everything was, fine. But she said, as a youth, like, wow, I'm so scared. And how she found out now that everything's been investigated is because right now you're standing in front of your house and you're filming, and it has the address 1299, and you already know that. That's on South Street, and so and so. So it's like, how do you try to cover that in reference to your locations so no one's knowing like, oh yeah, my house is over here? Okay.
Always. Like that's one thing. So safety's first. That's by far. Safety is first. So like with us, if we're going out somewhere, we're not gonna just be posting where we're at, our location.
Until probably after,
or we're not gonna be going on live on we're on this block or on this street, like, because people will come.
Yeah, they will pull up.
Yeah, they will come. So you have to
thousands of them.
So that's how we always safety first, and just know what you're doing. Like, be smart about it, because once you pull out that phone and post that video, post that picture, make sure you see your surroundings and make sure you're all right first. Yeah. So
do you watch other YouTubers who've made that mistake? And I'm so bad with names, I could just describe it. It's a famous white YouTuber. His brother actually just no. His brother just did the boxing with Nate Robinson, and it was the brother, and he went to that suicide forest and he recorded. And after he recorded, all the sponsors dropped him and nobody wanted to talk to him. Like, are you guys learning? Are you guys learning from that? Like, hey, I gotta stay responsible.
Yeah, you learned. Yeah,
I definitely learned from that because I even seen it, and after it, like they was crazy on him. Like he was getting bashed a lot for years. Like it was crazy. So you just gotta learn, like you gotta learn what to post and what not to post. Like people just be hungry for clout, so they'll just post anything. Like, and it don't matter what will happen, they'll just post it and stuff. You can't really do that. You gotta think about what you post.
So from my understanding in reference to that situation, from what he was saying, it wasn't his intention. Like, let's just say right now I'm going into this, the suicide forest. I didn't know I was going to see a body.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Like he didn't intend for it to be like that, probably, but like that's just how people gonna blow it up. People gonna think what they think, and they're gonna twist it
all the time.
So you're saying right now, and this is what it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys are literally, you are YouTubers and you put out the content and you edit and you're this and this, but just on a candid conversation, you still have to just be very aware of what you're saying, because somebody could come right back at you like, wait, you heard what you said about those people?
Yeah. Wow. And then a lot of people twist their words up and things like that. So it's like, you got to really watch what you say.
Wow. And Kia, you and I talk about this all the time, like business. It's not personal. People are financially invested. They're invested with their labor and their skills. So when you're putting your name attached to a brand, that brand has to act right. And you guys are a living, walking brand as a group and separately. When they have to watch what they say, any little thing, them needing to, you are influencing people's lives, the way what they eat, the way they dress.
The only reason why I mentioned that is because, and let's give the man the benefit of the doubt. He didn't go in there to film a dead body, but that's exactly what the forest does. People go in there to commit suicide. And it's kind of like, even in his own intent, like, I swear to God, I did not do this deliberately. I guess he was live while doing it, so he couldn't even edit it out or anything. Yes. And now people are like, okay, you have this youth that follows you, but at the same time, you're kind of promoting suicide. And he's like, no, I'm not. And he can't even backtrack. There was another YouTuber. I don't remember. Like I said, I'm bad with names, but he was famous doing makeup for some of the celebrities, and he went on there and he was kind of criticizing the artist, the artist that he was doing the makeup on. And I guess she's a famous, singer in the pop world. And he lost I guess he lost 1 million subscribers like in one day. Jeez. And he was crying and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, whatever. But it's like, wow, like this is some real stuff, like a whole other world that people don't know about.
Right.
You lose those subscribers, you lose your money, you lose your credibility, you lose your relevancy. Like you're posting videos and new content to stay relevant in a world that's consistently changing. And this is why I also commend you young men, because again, every day is something different. There could be another YouTuber that literally wipes all those subscribers out, but you guys continue to grow and grow and grow on your own and together. So again, like your creativity has to be off the hook.
Well, let me
work with the times.
Let me ask you this quick question, because when you speak of the times, 2020 was a crazy time frame. A lot of protests, a lot of Black Lives Matter. Some people don't want to hear about Black Lives Matter, but then again, you guys are Black men. Have you ever been torn in a situation where you want to go up there like, hey, this is what it is. I'm standing for it. This is, I don't care. But you know that if you say these things, some people may be like, you know what? All lives matter. I'm unsubscribing. Like, how do you handle that?
Because, I mean, me personally with that, like, I'm not going to let no one change my beliefs or what I feel is right in my mind. So I'm going to speak what I like.
I know that's right.
Feel like saying. Yes. So if you don't like it or like how what my beliefs in or what I support, then you can go. So
is that your mom?
That's mama right there, right? And that's why I hang out with her.
Mom? Yes. Yes, she talk about right. Mom.
Right.
Yeah, mom.
Right. A lot of people don't know that we was front line, like in some of the protests, like all of us as a group, we got videos. We was always there, like, and that's not even recorded.
Awesome.
And that's the thing, that's not even recorded. So I mean, we have videos on our phone, but we was frontline. We was there supporting. We were posting about it because this is something that's been going on for a while, and that right there, you need to stop. And I won't let a few fans or a group of people just stop me from speaking on it.
Yes.
Where did y'all come from? Yes. Why?
Well, I'm happy that I'm happy that I know him and I know the mama. So yes.
Where?
Well, here's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
Because at the same time, we got fans that probably will say that, but majority of our fans is like on our side, like, we can't believe y'all doing this, like y'all inspire me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, they keep us going and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. But you know, and that's the thing about being an influencer, because that's a question prior for us even having the show. I said I wanted to bring you guys on just because of the fact that you guys have power, and it may be. So you may not know about it, you may know about it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like during the time where people are not registering to vote, and you say, hey, get out there and vote. Not saying that who you're voting for, but just the fact of just register and vote. And it's crazy because now, Kamron said to vote. Keith said to vote. You know, and then they're going out and doing these things, and that's monumental. And for you to say, you know what, I'm not going to sell out. I am not going to change who I am. You know, and I'm gonna still stay strong and myself.
Authentic.
Yes,
and authentic.
That's awesome, because a lot of times we hear kids and they're very, very superficial. Very, very superficial, and we're like, wait a second, what in the hell are you talking about? And just to see that you guys are in the same age group, and you're like, hey, we're leaders, and we know what's going on, and you're right there in the front lines. That's awesome. Wow,
they're the ones that are influencing the next politicians and our next judges and doctors and lawyers. And that's where my head is at when I watch you guys and listen to the way you speak. Again, where in the hell did you come from? And can there be more of you like this influencing our young folk? Because I was scared for the next generation, but having you two on, I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah,
I have total faith in.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm usually a jokester and blah, run my mouth, but I'm dead serious. You guys, again, being an influencer and being on the front lines and not even glorifying it like that, but to let them know now, this is what we believe in. We are Black men, we are Black kings, and we're going to do what we do with or without you. Again, that's beautiful when you're talking about these kids that are confused, don't know where to go, and they're looking for that guidance, and that's the guidance that they're given.
It's also, yes. And another thing I wanted to say, it's just a great thing to hear. I'm like speechless. I just want, let me just show this comment here.
Wait a minute, you're speechless?
Yeah, right? It says exactly, my man. Don't let no one change who you are. If certain people don't like what you're saying, then those ain't the people you are trying to reach. 100.
Right.
And it's just so true. I mean, like I said, I'm literally speechless. And I keep saying that just because you see a lot of youth and they just seem so confused and so lost.
Yeah.
And, it's not as if you guys are like, oh, I got to be a rapper. Oh, I got to do this. I got to find this. A lot of times when we have on our show, we have guests come and say, hey, make your own. You can't find a job, create that shit yourself. And you guys are able to do that. One thing that our counterparts do, white folks do, they network. No, I'm serious. They network and they keep it within the family. They keep it like, hey, buddy, you need a job? Well, let me pull you up and let me do this.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we kind of stray for that from different reasons. Maybe we might have been burnt in the past or whatever. But I love the fact that you guys have a unity. You guys are just, teach one and bringing one up and just setting the example. And it's just an awesome, awesome thing because, like I said, it's not just limited to the Florida or just the East Coast. It's all over the world. Exactly. Yeah. How are you guys? Now, I know, Kamron, you are in school. I know you play football and these different things. How do you manage that? How do you manage, having this as your job? Because it's a full-time job, but then at the same time, football could be a full-time gig too. How do you manage all that?
Actually, recently this is my first semester of college. So I had trouble actually managing everything, like managing my school and managing football practice every day, 3 times a day, practice 3 times a day, plus YouTube. So I actually had to get advice from my friends, and like Fredo had to sit down and talk to, because he's more of a mentor for me, and sit down and talk to him. And it's just about you're gonna find the time. It's not like you have 24 hours in a day, and we all do. So use every hour to your ability. So if you sleep for 8 hours, boom, you got 8 hours right there. So that's how I calculated my day. And then once I started doing it like that, I had enough time or I could probably make a video with these 2 hours I have right here, or at least think of something to make. And once I started handling it, going about that way, it helped me just ultimately get to where I'm at right now, and get through school and still have good grades and still be able to perform during practice and at the football and collegiate level, and still be on a YouTube platform with followers and people that's watching me.
Wow.
I wish I had a hat to take my hat off.
No.
I just.
Well, and it's funny. I'm laughing because, when she said, "Key, you have nothing to say," I always have something to say. But right now I'm just like, wow. I'm really and
always
I'm stuck.
Something to say. Always.
But
but no. Did y'all see that?
I just say that only because of the fact that I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at the maturity level, because in order for you to maintain what you have to have a level of maturity. You have to be surrounded by that as well. And you guys are, and your peers and everything that you exemplify, you're showing this, and it's just really, really amazing. A couple of last questions for myself. Where do you both see yourselves in the next 5 years?
I was going to ask the same thing.
In the next 5 years, I see myself at least probably 5 million subscribers, and owning businesses, helping out youth, type stuff, giving away, all that.
Me, I see myself in the next 5 years. Yeah, about I should be about 5 million, 4 million plus subscribers by then. And I see myself having businesses and then opening up something that my supporters can benefit from. So by them watching me, I want to do something where I have a business where you can learn to do what I do, or be successful on here too. And then you can just go about it your way and things like that. So I see myself still here in the city, Orlando, Florida. Yeah. But just keep working and having my own businesses and just staying motivated. That's what I see myself doing.
Wow, that's awesome.
I don't want to get emotional because y'all know I be over the top, right? However, did you listen to what they said? They didn't say anything about buying cars or houses, or they said giving back and building businesses,
building an empire.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Where y'all come from?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling you, our mentor, our mentor, Fredo, he really
it's inspiration.
He really put this all built this inside of us even more, because it was already there, but he just acted like he felt it even more, because this following him, he don't buy all these crazy things. When he started off, he could have bought 3 Lamborghinis. He don't have these, you know what I'm saying? Now he's probably starting to get a little bit of stuff, but before he was just so focused on maintaining and growing,
humble,
and staying humble, and staying and being beneficial for everybody around him also. So that's why I just see myself being
and really that's materialistic.
Yeah, and that's just materialistic things.
They
also
could all leave in one day.
Yeah.
Feel me?
All right.
Well, and that's the thing, and it's just once again a blessing to be able to know. So this is what I'm thinking. So of course, Ty's hearing this, she's like, wow, but it's wow. So I have a friend that I've known your mom since I was in college, and I have a friend that she has raised such wonderful children, because she's not just, you have siblings, and the mindset though is like awesome. And as parents, we don't know it all. You have a mentor, you have experiences, and you gain and grow, but the fact that you were able to receive, I know so many people that you could tell them you have the book, the business plan right here. Like, here it is, right here. Let me show you how to make this and do this. And they're like, and they're going to put that business plan right on the floor. Right. And they're going to procrastinate. And they're going to be like, oh, well, I had to do this. And this is more important than this. And this is this. These people are not 19. These people are not 21. They're not 25. These people are in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. These are our elders. These are us. And to hear you guys talk completely different, you can teach a lot of people a lot of things. Right. Yeah, and that is awesome.
Yeah, and I had a great foundation too. Like, so shout out to my mom. Like, I had a foundation, great foundation with my family. So like with my mom, just that too, like just coming up how I came up, and my mom being like, I'm saying, the head of the house all the time, and just always that's what really installed it too. So just having a mentor and everybody else around me, that's great for me. That's putting all these like gems on like inside of me and installing that into my head. It just helped me even more to be who I am.
And she don't play them games. She from New York too. She don't play them games. She Jamaican too.
You can definitely tell she don't play no games.
She plays no games.
Let me say, hats off to you. I can't even speak right now. Yes, wow. Jatai, I am always crying because I'm passionate about what I do. But again, he knows how I feel about our Black men, especially our young Black men. So again, to see what y'all are doing, just watching the pranks, and the pranks are not outrageous, and you're giving back, and you're like old souls. That's exact. They're like old souls. Like you don't get this every day. This doesn't happen to everyone. And you really do have to have a very strategic mind to be able to move forward and to do what you guys are doing. Stay on the right path. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So where we live in Orlando, there's different sides to Orlando, and in every neighborhood you have, the good side, bad side, whatever. But I know in particularly in the Ocoee area, there were a lot of deaths and shootings and different things. It's interesting because even though my daughter is not on the side of Ocoee, she's in Lake Nona in the suburbs. How the hell she know what's always going on in Ocoee?
Yeah,
I'd be like, what the?
Because honestly, West Orlando is like, is Orlando. West Orlando is like almost like the whole Orlando. Like it's a very popular part of
that Orlando. That is true, but it's just like, are you over there? What you doing? But with that, there's a lot of shootings. You hear about a lot of different things, that are happening to the youth, in sad times. With that being said, how do you translate that in reference to your message? So of course, here on this platform, mentally on your notepad from your mentor, even sometimes on your YouTube page, you may say inspiring words, but when you're having those one-on-one conversations, how impactful do you think you are when you're talking to your peers? Because they're still out there in the streets, they're still slanging, they're still doing this. It's so funny. I think it was, I know you want to look at me crazy if I say the name wrong.
Do it.
His name is Pootie, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is that a rap? Yes, thanks. See? So anyway, so for instance, like, so that whole group there, when I see the videos and they got the guns and they doing this, you have the youth and they're following right behind. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But at the same time, that's not where you guys are at. So how do you guys, I guess, communicate that positivity to them? Like, hey, there's another path. We don't have to go this route. We don't have to be shooting each other. We don't have to, how do you do that?
But honestly, for me, by just keep doing what I'm doing and showing them that I can strive off of this. Like, because they see everybody got social media. Everybody's on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, Twitter, whatever. So everybody's watching. Everybody's watching, matter like if you think they're not, or even if you think they're not or not, but they're watching. So if I'm being successful for what I'm doing by not having guns, by not doing this or living that life, they're gonna be like, okay, he's actually like going somewhere with this.
Yeah,
like
we don't show guns or anything.
Right. And so like my friends I have that's probably still out there, I guess you could say streets or whatever. I went to school with, when they see me and they actually talk to me, they learn a lot from me, and they can just see, they don't even have to really speak to me. They can just see how this type of life is going for me. So by them seeing that, it means so much more than anything, like any type of words I can give you.
Oh, great.
So right. We just got to keep doing what we're doing and keep just showing it all action. Like, you can't really talk about it too much because a lot of people don't want to hear it. Yeah. And definitely young people, they're not trying to hear that. They're just trying to.
It's like the subliminal messages. The subliminal messages is the actual work that you do, right?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So the question here, and if you can give your shout out. So can we get a shout out of their YouTube page?
Can we get a shout out for
that? Yeah, meaning like, can you guys tell them where to find you at?
My name. So if you search up that name right there on the bottom, it's on the bottom right for me, but Kamron on YouTube, you'll see my name will pop up. I have like about 130 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. So, I mean, that should be the first one. I don't know. Or
it's the first one.
It is.
No, I know someone else. I know someone else out there with that name.
So like, they ain't you.
Yeah.
No, but, you popped up first.
Yeah, they popped up last.
And then so we have Kamron, and then we have
Swift Quis, Quis.
Okay.
SWIFT. That's my first letter. It should be the first thing that pop up. I don't think nobody got Swift.
Yeah, nobody got that.
Yeah. Okay.
They got the first. Look, I got my business, and I be scrolling like this second page. Okay.
Yeah, because it goes off by the name, like who's the most like popping with that name. So then that'd be the first one.
Well,
I know. As soon as you type in K, he comes up. Why are you taking all the attention for?
No, it's so true because we're definitely not. It was funny because I was like, okay. So he's the same age as my son. He's 19. So, okay. So I'm 39. So, okay, 20 years older. So I'm not too far. I'm not too far off. No, I'm not. Because when I'm 50, they're going to be catching up too. So I'm not too.
Honey,
wait.
No.
You don't even know what I'm about to say. Slow down. But no. What I was just going to say is it's really interesting because for me actually trying to do something on YouTube and have my own little platform. All this is new. And I have that 9-to-5 job and I got a family and I got this and this and this, but I'm still saying, hey, this is something that I love to do. And I love communicating and talking and spreading knowledge, but you guys are kind of born with it. My last question for you, because I do, of course, Facebook. I think that started when social media came out, I kind of followed with it from MySpace. So, you got Facebook and I got Instagram. But when it comes to the Snapchats and all the other stuff and the TikToks, I mean, you guys know it you could do it in your sleep. How many hours do you guys spend promoting yourselves, or do you have somebody specifically dedicated for that? Because that's where I find my issue, because everybody's in social media land and I'm like, wait, I gotta go here and pay this bill, and what, I don't have no time, and just constantly. And then my daughter, she be doing it, and then addy the bodies, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know none of that stuff. but it's too much for me. No. So I hate that. And everybody's doing it like, oh no. But how much time do you spend doing that? Just promote your brand.
I mean,
we probably spend a lot, because like we'll probably record each other or something, like some funny stuff we doing. Like right now, we could probably be doing something, and they'll record. Like I'll record him and tag him, and like he'll do the same thing with me and stuff. So like, we probably spend a lot of time promoting ourselves, like at least once a day, probably.
Yeah, it's a lot. And me, like recently, I just started getting to like just staying like looking on all the social media platforms and seeing what's like popping. And that's another thing as YouTubers, you got to always like just see what's going on in the media. Like you can't just be a ghost to it, even though you want it. And so you gotta go through all apps. It's crazy.
But see what people don't understand, and what Kia and I constantly talk about on the back end, because I'd be like, Kia is business. I'm business minded. I don't do things for a hobby. I'm doing it because I want to build an empire. That's where my head is at. Yeah. So when you're talking about being on social media, what you're actually doing is marketing. Yeah. Because you are literally researching and assessing the trends on the different platforms to figure out how you want to advertise. I be telling you, girl, I know what I'm talking about. But I ain't lying.
So my last question for you would be for somebody that is starting up.
Never got a last question. She had last questions 3 questions ago. Y'all ain't know
She might not know how Gemini's roll, because I'll switch up real quick.
My bad.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, for somebody that is new to the whole social media process, would you suggest for them to kind of just go to the library and kind of figure all the platforms out, you know, like Social Media for Dummies or something like that? Or what? What the hell did he just say? Wait, tell her, Todd. You know what, Eric? What the hell? The fuck is going on here? Anyway, wait. You laughing way too hard. This
sorry.
For me, because I'm trying to build my brain.
I'm sorry.
What would you suggest I do in regards to learning social media?
I would say you have the best tool at home, which is like your kids. So you're like the younger people, the younger generation. If you can get in contact with like younger people, like so for instance, your kids, your daughter, she probably knows a lot about social media. So if you sit down and actually talk to her and ask her about a certain app and questions about like how this worked, or show me how to do that. I know she might not want to, but because that's annoying.
Yeah, I was just
with your parents. Yeah. But you know, if you can do that and she can help you out, that's the best way and fastest way you can actually learn something. Because like we know a lot about it. Younger people know a lot about social media, as y'all know. So if you just get your hands on one of the younger people.
Right.
And they don't. My son don't like to tell me anything.
Yeah,
I'd be like, Ty,
we see why.
I mean,
we see why, Ty.
Oh, is it me? Is it
maybe? But thank you guys so much. Ty, do you have any last words?
No, I ain't got no last words, really. Just thank you, Kings. Again, keep doing what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I'm happy that the young folk are following you. They're learning a lot, I'm sure. I just learned a lot. Thank you to the folks that help raise you into the great young men that you are. And just nothing but love and respect.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for having us on here.
Thank you guys for having us
and talk to us.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. And once again, everybody, if you like what you hear and see, make sure you like and subscribe so we can be like them.
Or even a little bit.
Like the best right here. Yeah. I've never been on anything like this. Y'all are really cool. And it was dope being on here. Now
y'all funny too.
Yeah, funny. I actually enjoyed my time here. So thank you.
So you make sure you give us a shout out, Kia and Ty, Mothers Unfiltered.
Yes.
Bada boom, bada boo. I'm sorry.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.